Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, so today I am going to do something very different from what I've been doing on my channel. All of my videos so far have been about me trying something or me showing you something that has to do with my life, like what's in my bag or what's on my phone, doing makeup tutorials, that kind of stuff. But today I want to make a more educational video. I am obsessed and in love with the internet because I think it's a place for people to come together and it's a place for niche cultures to flourish. That's part of why I love YouTube so much. I feel like YouTube is an avenue that has helped so many people find like-minded people and friends that are thinking about the same things, working on the same things, you know, talking about the same things, and people are able to connect about things that in the past they may have been too embarrassed to talk about. One example of this would be the recent trend of ASMR. So you may have already heard of ASMR. It's been very popular on the internet, probably over the past 2-ish, maybe closer to like 5-ish years, but it's really blown up in the last 2 years. ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, which is actually a term coined by a woman named Jennifer Allen on a Facebook group in 2010. Now this gets into why I find ASMR so interesting. Like I was saying about the internet earlier, I think it's special that the internet creates a place where people can come together and sort of talk about these things that they maybe wouldn't have gotten a chance to talk about otherwise. An entire community formed online around 2010 and 2011 that was focused on this tingling experience that people were feeling when they watched certain types of videos or heard certain types of sounds. People on the internet started talking about it, gathering about it, and eventually Jennifer Allen coined this phrase ASMR. So you may be familiar with ASMR because it is present a lot on Instagram and YouTube currently. There are millions and millions of people who subscribe to channels of people making ASMR videos, but I found that I most often come into contact with ASMR on my Instagram feed. If you go to the search icon, Instagram will pull up a bunch of things that they suggest for you to watch, and one of the things that is always coming up for me is oddly satisfying. I think that's because I've had an interest in slime in the past. I love watching videos of slime. I do find them really relaxing, but some people find them relaxing for a different reason, which is ASMR. So I just want to give a disclaimer that I personally do not experience ASMR, or at least I haven't found a trigger that helps me experience it at this point in time, and I have been doing research on it for a while. But anyway, ASMR is, to the best of my knowledge, a tingling euphoric sensation that some people get when they experience certain triggers. And those triggers can range from this.
Now here's something that's fun. You take a little, I just use a little white. If you want to create another plane in your painting, take a little white and lift upward.
To this. So let's dive in further and find out a little bit more scientifically about what's going on. So there's actually only been one scientific study to date on ASMR. So the study states, Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, a previously unstudied sensory phenomenon in which individuals experience a tingling, static-like sensation across the scalp, back of the neck, and at times further areas in response to specific triggering of audio and visual stimuli. The sensation typically originates on the scalp in response to a trigger, traveling down the spine, and can spread to the back, arms, and legs as intensity increases. An increase in intensity can be achieved through experiencing further triggers. In addition to defining ASMR, the study also tried to dive into why people watch ASMR, why they seek out this sensation, and they found this. A huge majority of their study reported using ASMR triggered as a way to relax, as a sleep aid, or as some other form of stress relief. This is noteworthy because when ASMR really started to become popular, the community faced a lot of criticism saying that ASMR was some type of sexual fetish. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it is interesting to note that in this study, the scientists asked the participants if they used ASMR for any type of sexual stimulation, and 84% of them said no. That said, there actually is an online community that engaged in what they call ASM erotica. It is a form of ASMR that is specifically for sexual stimulation, and Vice has done some really awesome reporting on that, and I will link their stuff down below. So in addition to finding that most of their participants use ASMR for relaxation and sleep aid as opposed to sexual stimulation, the study also found that about 80% of participants said that they found that using ASMR as a stimuli was a mood enhancer for them. And another thing that I find really interesting from this study on a personal level, because I struggle with mental health issues, they say the results of the study suggest that ASMR also provides temporary relief in mood for those suffering from depression or anxiety. So that's really awesome that that is like a natural form of medication for some people. So what actually does trigger ASMR? Let's take a look. I've made a little supercut of some of my favorite ASMR artists, as they like to call themselves, and hopefully it'll give you a better idea of the wide range of kinds of triggers that people can use to experience ASMR. Roll the tape.
Hi, welcome. Oh, hi. I'm sorry, it's just I've never seen someone like you before. Your eyes today.
So, as you can see, there are a lot of different types of triggers that can be used for ASMR stimulation. One thing that I find really interesting about ASMR, especially, and this isn't necessarily from any scientific study, it's just from me observing what I see online, but some of the most popular ASMR videos seem to be focused around caregiving of some sort, or I don't want to say service giving, but sort of treatments where you're being taken care of. So going to the doctor, getting your hair cut, getting your having a spa day and having someone treat you in some way seems to be a really big part of a lot of people's ASMR triggers, and I find that pretty interesting. So finally, I just wanted to talk about how amazing I think it is that this was founded on the internet. Now, a lot of things get founded on the internet, and I recognize that, but what's interesting about this to me is that this is a totally legitimate physiological symptom that people have been experiencing for God knows how long, and humans have never been able to put a word to it until communities that experienced it together came together on the internet. And to me, that is the most amazing thing. Like, God only knows what other types of phenomenons and sensations and niche culture aspects are out there that people just haven't come together yet to discover, and I think that the internet is an amazing tool for that. So to me, ASMR sort of represents the power of the internet to bring people together and to change things up, you know, to find something new, to discover something new that you like or enjoy that is totally random and you never would have thought about it. Just like how I like watching slime videos and I find those really relaxing. Is the same way that some people find ASMR really relaxing. And I'm sure there are a million other triggers out there that can make people feel good. And we've just gotta let the internet flourish and find time to discover those. I hope you guys liked this short little explainer video. It is something that I've been doing a lot of research on. If you like this kind of video, let me know in the comments. I will link those Vice articles about ASMRotica, and I'll also link a couple of my favorite people, and obviously I will cite all of the sources that I used in my supercut. Anything that I referenced to, I'll leave a link to the scientific paper that I was talking about. I've actually gotten the opportunity to speak with one of the authors, Emma Barrett, of that study, and she was amazing. So thank you so much to Emma Barrett for the work that you've done in looking into this phenomenon. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.